Good morning, sweet friends. Welcome to Paint Pixie official page. I'm Sheila with Sweetie's Creations and Decor. Be sure when you jump on, you leave me a comment, tell me you're here, say hello, all those good things. I am guesting on the page today for Josie, and I hope that you will enjoy what I bring you today. So I'm going to see some people are going to jump on in a minute, and I look forward to seeing you today. So let me go ahead and get us over here on the laptop so I can see your comments. So yes, my hair is still wet, y'all. It is too hot to dry your hair in the South. So I just said nope. Not drying today. We're just going to be natural, right? I see some of you on here. Good to see you today. Good to see you. Come on in here. Come on in here. So I am working on this board. This was a piece of scrap wood that I had in my stash. So I like to recycle, so I'm going to be reusing this. Nothing wrong with it, just a piece of scrap wood that I got out of my stash that I have in the garage, and so I have used it for something else. Now let me tell you, when you get your things out this year for fall or whatever, look at them, and if it's not something that you're still crazy about, or you're thinking, oh, I think I'd like to do something different, take it all off, redo it. You can heat up your glue on there with your heat tool and pick it off and make you a surface again. So recycle your surfaces. Nothing wrong with that. Perfectly fine to do that. Hello, good morning. I'm not seeing comments today. I see people on, but my comments aren't coming over. Welcome. If you're on my page, come on over to the Paint Pixie page, and that way I can see your comments really well. So let's get our board here. Let's make sure it's good and dry. I use the Magical Chalk paint in Cream Puff. That is more of a white, almost like a marshmallow white type that Josie has. But there's other colors as well. So it does have a little bit more cream because she also has a saltwater taffy and a marshmallow. The marshmallow is lighter than this. I like this color. This is like a mixture of both. So I love this color. If you don't know about her paints, they mix well with her paints, all mix well together. So if you don't have a color, buy your basic colors. When you first start out, buy your basic colors, like a cream, a brown, whatever color you use the most, a red or an orange or a yellow. And then you have colors you can kind of mix. Her paint mixes very well, I'll tell you that. I was really, the first time I used it, I said, wow, this mixes so well. Hey, Pam. Good to see you today. Hey, Shanna, good morning. Good morning, friends. So I'm just talking about the paint right now. So these are her colors. They call them, she calls them Magical Chalk paint. They all have names. I think they're all desserts. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure that's the correct thing. Yes, they're all desserts. Yes, they have the most beautiful names. It sticks to the surfaces really well, and I cleaned mine off really well after I got all that other stuff out and sanded it, and then I wiped it before I painted it. Now I did not worry about this being a really heavy coat because we're going to be putting something on top of it, okay? But it does great with wood. Now I was going to show you, I kind of thought about putting the I got my force field, sorry about that, y'all. I pick that up every time for the the chai latte. See, it's kind of a brown, more of a brown kind of a canvas. Well, I looked at that with it and I liked it, but then I thought, well, no, it might be a little bit dark, so I wanted to just show you that I mixed that and a little bit of the cream puff, and see the lighter color I got, and that might be something we might put around the edge if we need to. So it is very good to mix the paints. So I've got several of the paints out today. I had more than I thought. I cleaned out my drawer and I was like, oh, I had a lot of paint of the paint, and it wasn't the same color, so I was excited today. So I'm going to tell you a couple things about some of the things you may not know about Paint Pixie. She has the paint. She also has some molds, and these are a couple of the molds that I have, the roses, and these are the little bitty insects, a little frog, a little sunflower. Aren't those cute? I think this one might be on sale right now. And the roses, and these are great molds, and the pixie dough pops right out of it. So I'll show you one of those, but I've already done mine, because what I prefer to do, and it also says it on the directions, is I like to put mine in the freezer for 20 minutes and then I can pop it right out. I'm going to tell you, I'm mold challenged sometimes. You don't have to be mold challenged with this. Put it in your freezer, take it out, boom, comes right out. Works great. And I will show you the pixie dough as well. And you do want to put a little cornstarch in there, but to tell you the truth, I forgot to put the cornstarch in this one. It popped right out. It did fine. So I think it just depends on how you do it. So we're going to start with this board. I'm going to make sure it's good and dry. She also has brushes, and I have a couple out here. Now, this one's one I've had since, well, I might have had it since last year. I did accidentally leave it in the water too long. Got a little mold, but it still works great. And y'all, it's just as soft as ever. So these are great, great. And this may not have been the one I meant to get. Oh, no, I didn't. I meant to get this one. This is the one I've had for so long. And it still works. Still works. But I will say that I did leave it in the water and got a little rust on it. Now, what I do sometimes is I just cut the little, if I have a little hard spot on the bottom, I just take my scissors, and if it's still dry, I'm going to clean it again, but then it just comes right back, and it works great. So, and then this is the new one called Pacola, and she sent all of her affiliates one of these, two of these this week. I got two of these, so I was excited to use those. That's a new brush, and I still have one that I haven't taken out of the package, but I've been using this other one. Just love it, love it, love it. I think here's the other one. So it comes to you just like this. Her brushes are great. They're so soft, and they work really well. Yes, it's called Let Your Hair Go Today. She also has transfers, crafting kits, and wood items. So y'all go and check out the site. Go and check out the site. And we're going to make sure all this is clean. This is just a simple piece of wood. So we're going to work with these prints today. And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm not sure exactly where the prints came from. You maybe can find them somewhere like on Pinterest. But they were gifted to me, so I'm not for sure where these came from. This one says Flower of the Sun, Sunflowers, Marion. I want to say that's Gault, maybe Galt, Marion Galt. But you can look maybe on Pinterest, someplace like that, or they may have come from somewhere. I don't really know. So I'm using those today because I found them in my stash. I was cleaning out my stash, and I was like, there is so many things in here. I need to use some of these things up. And y'all know I love sunflowers, so I thought it was so pretty. Yes, I thought it was beautiful. Hey, Christine. Hey, Denise. How are you? Good to see you today. Good to see you. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit of water. Now, what do I do with that? Okay. I'm just going to put a little bit of water in. I use these little yogurt containers. They're great to use in your crafting. So I save these, wash them really, really good. And then I'm just going to use my brush, y'all. This is just one of the brushes that was gifted to me. A lady passed away. Her husband gave me most all of her crafting things. I'm just going to take a little edge off. Y'all know I like the edge off because I thought this was so pretty, and I went ahead and did some molds. Now, I used a sunflower mold. I actually got it from Amazon. I don't think Josie has that particular mold. I haven't seen it, but it's an idea to give her, right? Because we would love to have some and I'm just going to take a little bit off this edge, y'all, because I kind of want to leave that wording up there. Kind of like it. You can also, you don't have to do these just on the edge. If you want to fussy cut them, if you want to take it completely out of this, and maybe you just want to use this part with no wording, completely can just water and take that off. Don't be afraid to take your papers, your prints, and take some off. You'll see that I do that a lot. Just do them like I want, and that way you can just make them fit to whatever you need to. So I'm just taking just the edge off, y'all. And these were on, they're on rice paper, but I really cannot remember where I got them. No idea. But I already had them. They were printed, and I said, well, somebody may have gifted them to me, but I am glad to use them. Good morning, Denise. Good to see you. Yes. I don't know if Josie will be here today. She is not around today, but she may jump on. You just don't ever know if she will or not. But she is a sweet, sweet lady, and she works with Kathy from Digital Deco Designs, and they do a lot of collaboration type things. And so her paint is great with any prints that you get, but I love her colors. Really match up well with a lot of Kathy's prints, so I like that. And y'all, this is just a Japanese rice paper, I believe. It looks like my rice paper, so it could be some that I printed out at one time that somebody sent me. But I liked them. They look like an old artwork. Look like old artwork is what it looks like. So we're just going to embrace these today. All right. Yes, if you just joined on the wood, I used the cream puff. Cream puff. Yes, and Josie has all of these colors here. All of these. And I think I have a big majority of those. And you can always mix and match. So that's what that came out. Isn't that pretty? I definitely want to use this one. If we don't have time to do the other one, I can at least do this one because I love this. All right. Let's get all that off of her. Okay, y'all, I'm just making a mess here. All right, let's make sure we got it the correct direction. So let's see if this is going to fit on here. We might want to take just a little bit more. I'm going to take just a tad more off on the bottom. And then I might go back in with paint and put it up to the edge. We may do that. Let's make sure. I always push my boards out of the way so that I don't get water on them. Okay, I'll find my brush again. Let's take just a little bit more. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Y'all not. Hey, Karen. Hey, Jeannie. Y'all, if you're a silent watcher, that is perfectly fine. I definitely am okay with you being a silent watcher, but I may speak to you because that's just me. And hopefully you won't get upset by it because I just want to say hello to you too. That is perfectly fine. I have to do that quite a bit myself. I'm watching people. It's not that I don't want to watch the whole thing, but sometimes I have something else I need to get done, and I'll be running back and forth in the house, and I'll have somebody on because I definitely want to support them. And I'm telling y'all, if you can stay on somebody's, if you're in a hurry, and I know sometimes you don't have all day to sit and watch for 3 to 5 minutes. If you can watch 3 to 5 minutes, make a comment, share them out, they will get the algorithm that they need. Okay, y'all, we are really struggling right now with the algorithm with all the changes. So give us some hearts and some comments. And even if you're a silent watcher, you can give some hearts and let us know you're here. That really helps us, okay? Thank you. Hey, Christine. Good to see you today. All right, we're going to do that. Now, we will be having an event. I'm going to go ahead and tell you about this, y'all. I hadn't told everybody yet, so this is going to be something new because we're on Josie's page today. We are having a collaboration event with Paint Pixie and Digital Deco Designs, and that's going to be in October. I won't give you the date yet because we're still working on all the logistics. Be watching for that in October. We'll be announcing it soon. We already have a great lineup. You won't believe the beautiful lineup that we have of creators, and I'm telling you, they are all very creative, very good at what they do, and you will love everybody. So you definitely want to stay for that. It'll be on a Saturday. We have it on a Saturday, and it's going to be wonderful. So I can't wait for that. And my friend Nicole from Adoria Creations is Her and I are doing it together, and she is an awesome, awesome friend, and you will love her. If you don't follow her, go give her a follow as well. But she loves Paint Pixie too. So we're excited to do this for Josie and Kathy. They are so good to us and very supportive of our pages and of our work, and that is what I love about both of them. So we're going to put plenty of force field on here. Y'all see that it's kind of a liquid. It is very liquidy, but it goes on great. It really, really holds your decoupage very, very well. It's also a sealer, so it can also be used as a sealer. What I love about it, it's a satin finish. And if you know me, you know that I don't like to put finish around my piece and it be shiny and doesn't match everything else. This works great. So we're going to put this on, and we're going to do some other things with it, y'all. We're not just going to stick it on here. We're going to decoupage. We're going to do some things. Let's see, y'all. Let's move it down just a hair. Just a fuzz. See, this board is a little bit shorter board that I cut, so it takes just right. It doesn't have a lot of border. Now, sometimes I don't want a lot of border with some things, and I'm going to use this on the side. That's going to help pull our paper down. Now, I don't seal mine till I get completely finished, because you're going to put embellishments on there, and then sometimes I give it a spray. And so I like to wait and get it all like I want, and then I like to do mine. Now, that's just the way that I like to do mine, just because I like to give it a seal afterwards. Now, if you do embellishment, remember, sometimes you can't put the seal on top of some, like, don't put it on top of your rhinestones, because it can, you know, make them dull. Any kind of decoupage finish, you would want to be careful with that. Okay, y'all, that looks like that's all we need. All right, now let's get our bag, and y'all know that I love to use a bag. What I do is I start in the middle and I push out. This is going to push your decoupage medium underneath to help it spread out and get your paper to stick really well. Now, there's all kinds of colors in here that we could use, and they have some black, kind of a brown and white. But I thought this mold here would be gorgeous. Now, let me show you this one is, I might have put it up. Here it is. This is a sunflower mold. This one came from, just from Amazon. So, Josie, we need one of these sunflower molds. And this is like the half sunflower. Now, this is the rose that came from Josie's. I did this one last night, and I did this one, and then I did a little bee and a little sunflower we might be using. The bee I'm going to have to cut around just a little bit for the antennas, but these look great. Now, let me tell you something about the clay. Everybody says it doesn't harden. It's not supposed to harden. You want it to be flexible, and you see that's dry, and I can still use it. It is a foam clay. Foam clay is completely different, and you want to let it air dry. So that's why I went ahead and did these last night. Now, sometimes Josie will do a live, and she'll go ahead and do her mold right there and pop it out. I do like mine to kind of sit a while and dry, but you definitely can do it either way. So I tried the color that we mixed up on the edge of the sunflower. It kind of matched this, but I thought that we would just put this one maybe up here, because this is a little sunflower. You could put it on either side, but I thought that would just be pretty up here in the corner. So we're going to paint that up, and then it's going to mold so well to our piece. So we're going to paint that one up, and I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it in some of the yellows. So I've got some honeycomb. Love this color. And then we do have a little orange on it, so we'll probably put a little orange for a dry brush. Yes. Y'all. There we go. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Kelly Cat Crafts. Good to see you today. Good morning. Okay, I'm going to get that other brush. I'm going to go ahead and open this one up so I can use it. Now I do like to, before I put my paint, I like to kind of wet mine up. You don't have to, that's just something I kind of do. It kind of gives it a little moisture to get it going in your paint. You know, chalk paint likes water, so it's perfectly fine. So this is the honeycomb that I'm going to use on this yellow, and we're going to see how that blends and how it goes. And y'all, we really have to look at this mold because it's got, most of it is the sunflower. You're just going to put it down and paint it. I like this brush. Now we're going to leave that brown part in the middle because we're definitely going to paint that with some brown. Let's see if we can get this in really well. I think this color may go good with that. I'm going to look at it. And listen, if you can't quite see where it needs to be, just do the best you can. I'm going to turn this light just a little bit, y'all. Excuse me. The light was a little bit not on my table. There we go. I think I knocked it when I came in. I do that quite a bit, y'all. And I don't even have much hips to knock it, but for some reason I do. Let's paint this up. I'm going to look at this and see if I like this color with this. And I think I'm going to mix just a tad. I'm liking that color. I like that color, but I also have lemon crinkle, which is more this color. So that's a good color as well you could mix. But I think I'm going to mix just a tad of the apricot spritz. Isn't that beautiful? That's a pretty color. Let's put a little bit of it right here to the side. And let's just mix and see what we think. Let me get a little stick. I like to use a stick to kind of mix my paints. Let me get a couple of those out. Let's see how that works. I'm just going to kind of mix it here on the side. I think I'm going to go ahead and just I can put more of this color out because I think it needs a lot more of the honeycomb than the orange. So I think we just need a little bit. Let's see how that looks. And y'all, I'm sorry if y'all see that I am glistening today. It is hot in the south. So my husband doesn't like to turn on the air conditioner in the morning until we have to. So we just have the fans on. And it's hot for me. If he wasn't here, I'd turn it down. He likes to conserve, but I'll tell you, it's hot. It's already getting hot. Okay, y'all, let's put a little of this on. Let me see what y'all think. I kind of am liking that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference. And then we'll put the print back up here. Let me show you with that orange. Okay. This is with the orange on this side. Can y'all see over here? And then this is just the honeycomb. What do y'all think? Do y'all like that? Give me a heart if y'all are liking the orange mixed in. I think that blends it a little bit more, don't you? Give me a heart. Let's see if our hearts work today. I do too. I think it brings a little bit more of that color in. You do too? Good. I know the humidity's horrible here, y'all. It's rained and rained and rained, and then yesterday it was warm in the afternoon. We had to turn the air on. But my husband likes and he's from the north, but he likes the air. He just likes the fresh air for a little while. And he doesn't realize how hot this room is because this room gets all the sun. And I've got curtains, but he hasn't put the shade up in this room yet. So it's really, really hot in here today. But you know how they are. He's off work today, so they changed his schedule for the summer. Y'all, you love them, but you sometimes just need things. You got to have some time to do things you need to do, right? And when they're home, they want you to talk to them, even though they say, oh no, I'm watching this, don't talk to me. They're a mess, aren't they? I know, I got a good one though. My husband will cut stuff for me, fix things for me. He's fixing the dishwasher right now. So we have a dishwasher, y'all. It's not but maybe 4 or 5 years old. Something went wrong with one of the boards on it, and so he's got it fixed. He's just got to go down and get a new part. And I tell you, I'm thankful to have somebody that's handy that knows how to do all that stuff. Okay, y'all, that's gonna look good with it. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I'm liking that color better. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of that apricot. I'm gonna dry this up just a little bit. And then I'm going to put a little bit of that apricot dry brushed on there, I believe. So let's do that. Let's let that kind of dry up. We'll put that on that side. Now we could take and mix in, I try not to get that on my board. I'm going to use this edge here. We could put a little up in here, and I'm kind of thinking this color maybe, this might be a little dark. Let me see if I like it. Kind of think it's okay, y'all. I'm going to put this around and see if I like it. I'm kind of liking this color I mixed with the yeah, I'm kind of liking that color. Let me show you that, and I'm going to go on around. It's not exactly the color, but that's okay. I think it's going to give it a good kind of a background. I think I'm kind of liking that. Just kind of mix your paints. Okay, I'm going to show you. It's a little bit darker, but I think it will blend with this color that's on here. Can you see the darkness and see the lighter color on this side? I think that's going to look good with blending that in. Yes, I do too. I think I'm going to like that. Let's see if we've got enough in our brush. I had enough in the brush, but I don't think I'm going to have to mix any more. Get that off just a little bit. I'm kind of liking that for a blend in. Oh, yes, the bugs are terrible, Shanna. Oh, my goodness, they are. And those little, I forget what those little bugs are called, those little hard-shelled ones. They get in your house. They come under the doors, or they get in when you open the door, and they're dead in the house, but they're everywhere. I'm like vacuuming every day to get those things up. June bugs or something. Well, they're a little late for June. It's almost August, so go away. Do y'all have those? Do y'all have like those little June bugs? Got a hard shell. They are gross. So yeah, my husband's gonna run out and get his part he's got to get for. Y'all, he has my dishwasher in a million parts. But you know, he always puts it back. My brother fixed everything when we were growing up. My mom, my brother took things apart. He always got them back though. My grandmother said when he was five, that she heard him being quiet in there, and he usually was good, so she didn't worry about him. And she said in a little while she went back there and he had her entire sewing machine completely apart. Completely took every screw and everything out of it. And my grandmother was a very calm lady. She was just nothing kind of upset her. She's just real easygoing. And so she said, I knew not to get too upset because he might forget where things went. So she said, now we've got to put this back like we found it. And he goes, I can do it, Grandma. I can do it. He put it all back and it worked. My grandmother was just sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, how are we going to get this back together? My granddad said, oh, he's just a curious little boy, Oh my goodness. So I mixed just a little bit of the Thai latte, and I'm going to probably need it on this other piece, so I'm going to put a little bit more over here, and a little bit of the cream puff, and I just mixed those together and lightened it up a little bit because it was a little dark for me on this, and I always am trying things and mixing them and see if I like them, because usually I do. Usually I like them. Let's just get a little bit more of that and finish filling this in. There we go. And it's okay if you get a little bit on your paper. It just looks like it just blends in. We'll put a little bit on that side. I'm kind of liking the way that's looking. It's looking good, isn't it? Yeah, that added and it looks nice. I like it. I like it. So I've just learned that I kind of like blending in sometimes on our edges. Sometimes you just need a little something different. A little something different. It's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. But it does kind of help it blend in to your background like a really expensive type of piece. If you look at some of the expensive pieces, they're made like that. Okay, y'all. So now let's take this and let's put a little bit of the chocolate souffle in the middle. This is a brown, and we're going to put that in the middle. Yes, I have another one too. We might use this one as well. This is the big sunflower, and I've got a leaf. I'm not going to use the roses with this, but I have done the roses on lots of things. It looks really, really pretty. Okay, y'all, let me get just one of these little smaller. I'm going to need a small brush to kind of put in. Asian beetles, I guess that's what they are. Well, some people call them June bugs and things here, but I don't know. They're terrible, aren't they? Oh my goodness, they're terrible. They get in, yeah, every time the door's open. Yeah, and I think that they're worse in the heat. I think they're coming in for comfort. But I find them everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to take a little bit of our brown chocolate souffle. I'm going to put that in the middle here of the mold and put it for our, let's see now. Yeah, I have to kind of look at the picture because y'all, sometimes I forget how far that brown comes on here. And you don't have to do anything perfect, just work with whatever you can here. And if you get a little bit on the sunflower, it's okay because you see that the points come out and it kind of comes out on our sunflower anyway, so we're not going to let it bother us. These paint up really well, the pixie dough, and I'll show y'all in a mold. Some of you have never seen it before. The first time I saw it, I thought, oh wow, that is pretty interesting. And then I got some and I liked it. It is very flexible. Let's see if I can get right up in here. Y'all know I'm sometimes a little paint challenged. Now, you can always put a little water if you need to thin, or a little water on your brush. I like a little water on my brush sometimes and kind of have to thin it down a little bit or something. You can do that. These are really good thick paints, so they work really, really well with whatever you need to. But that, I'm just going to water that just a little bit to put right in there. And let's see if we can get right up in here a little bit. By having that water, I've got it kind of flowing a little bit where it'll kind of mix right on in there and kind of make that where I want it. There we go, kind of like that. Okay, let's get the let's get a little bit of this orange, and I'm going to take a dry brush. I'm just going to take one of these inexpensive dry brushes and take a little bit of that apricot spritz. I'm going to take some off. I want to take quite a bit off, and let me dry this just a little bit, y'all. Now, even drying it, you're not going to get a hard surface. This is a foam clay, so it's going to stay just like this. Let's see a little place I missed. Let me get right in there. There we go. And right in here. There we go. So it is going to stay that foamy color. Katie, I was telling them at first, I don't know where this came from. It was in my stash. I don't know if it was gifted to me, if I printed it from somewhere, or if somebody sent me the print. Now, I will tell you that last year I was in a printable group, and I may have gotten it there. it was a paid printable group. So I'm not sure. I found it already printed out in my stash, so I'm not exactly sure. I have seen them on Pinterest, but I don't know if it's a place you can buy them. I really love the print though. If I do find out, I will let y'all know, but I really at this point don't really remember. I was cleaning out. I have a drawer full of things that are already printed out, and so I may have been gifted these, or I may have gotten them from somewhere. But I will look back at that group and see if that's possibly where I got it, because at one time Stephanie was selling her printables, but I'm not sure that she is still doing that. I would have to look. I'm not sure on that. But I was in a printable group. Yeah, you sometimes find things you printed out and you don't remember exactly where you got them. But I just thought it was a pretty print, and I said, well, let me use that today. And I am just dry brushing a little bit of this apricot spritz on here, and I see one little place where my mold needs to be trimmed. Let me see where's those scissors? I don't know where my little bitty scissors went. They were right here. Let's just use our little tool here. Where did I see that? I'm just going to clip that off just a little bit right there. That's all it needed. Now, that's got a little dry brush on it. Y'all like that? Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, and then I like to take, I do have a tool, but I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to use, let's see, I'll just use I've got this little brush right here. Let me just use this. I'm just going to use the end of this and a little bit of our cream. Not really, I'm just going to use the little color we mixed up, I think. I'm just going to put a couple little dots on here just to give it a little look here. Okay, I'm just going to do that on the edge of that. I'm going to dry that up again a little bit. I think I like the orange on there. It looks pretty. It looks pretty. A little bit, yes, the apricot spritz. I love that color. Yeah, I'm going to show y'all in just a minute how you do the, I'll show you the dough. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Now, Josie a lot of times will do hers and she'll take it out right then. I don't know if I'm not doing it right. I do put the cornstarch in there. I just feel like it does better for me if I put mine in the freezer. So I will show y'all what it looks like. It does it does feel and look like marshmallow cream to me. So we're going to put this right up in here, and we still may go back and dry brush a little bit more of something on there. Now, you can use hot glue, but really I prefer using like a quick and thick on these. The hot glue is just really not going to hold it well. You know, sometimes I see people using it in a pinch. I really feel like a good wood glue or a fabric glue, something like that, seems to just work better for molds, because otherwise the hot glue is just going to pop off any kind of mold that you use. So if you are using molds, the hot glue may hold it right then, but it's not going to give it like a permanent hold. So I just like to use a little bit of this. The quick and thick I use for a lot of things, and we're just going to put it right up here on top of our print, kind of on that little piece. Let's move it just a little bit. I'm okay if it hangs off just an edge, because I'm going to kind of bend it around. So you can bend it. It's not quite dry, so I'll probably have to touch that up a little bit. I'm just going to put a little glue on those edges, and we're just going to kind of bend it around to where we want it. And then you can always touch back up. Now I think that's going to look pretty on there. See, I just pulled some of the paint off. It wasn't quite dry. but that's okay, because we're going to take it and put just a little bit back on there. There we go. Just put that right back on. We can always touch it up. So that kind of looks pretty on there. I'm liking that. I don't even think we're going to put a bow on this one. So I'm liking that so far. That's looking pretty. Now, if you can paint well, you could paint into this a little bit if you wanted to add a little bit on there. Or you could do anything else that you want to do. Now, I've got that little bee. Let me see if that little bee would be big enough to use. This was a little mini mold. And I do need my scissors. I put them up from myself somewhere. I got another pair. I may have to get them out. Do y'all see them? Well, it was right here. Here they are. Here they are, y'all. I found them. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out a little bit where we have our little antennas. This is some of the pixie dough. Okay, this one's going to need painting up just a little bit. I may have to go back and put little stripes on it. Okay, and then I'm going to take that little bitty brush. And I'm just going to paint the little wings. The little antennas, not the wings, and just a little bit. Now I'll probably have to come back to this, y'all, and paint it a little bit more. Right now I'm just putting just a little paint on it. I'm going to go ahead and cut out some of this overage we have here. Just a little overage. Because these are a little bit harder to put in the mold because they are small. So I'm just going to leave like that for right now. And then I'll come back and paint it a little bit more, just because I just don't feel like that's exactly what I want. But that's okay. We're just going to do it for right now. We'll just put it on here, and then I'll show y'all the mold. Let me get a little bit of my glue out. This glue is about to get empty. I'm going to have to buy more. I'm gonna put it over here and let it stick upside down. Okay, and just gonna put a little glue, and I'm just gonna put the little bee right up here on our sunflower. I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna come back and paint it a little bit more afterwards, because it does need a little bit more paint, but right now I've kind of got the paint wet in places, so we'll just leave it like that. But that's just the little bee that was in the little mold right there. We'll fix it better. We're not going to worry about that right now. So that's looking good, and I kind of like it is. I do want to put either a little wax or a little oxide on it, just because I like that. You also could take some of your paint and water it down. So you could definitely water your paint and use it as well. I'm just going to take just a little bit of the walnut stain in the Tim Holtz. Any kind of oxides, any kind of wax. And I'm just going to put just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit here and there, just to highlight it. Nothing perfect. Something else I thought about too, and I'm going to see what y'all think, because this may be good too. I have some of the liquid pixie dust in the metallic. This is called New Penny, and it's kind of a coppery. Let me show y'all. I think it's still good. Yes, it's great. Look at that. What do y'all think about putting a little bit of the copper on the edge? Do y'all like that? Give me a heart if y'all like that. A little bit of the copper on the edges. You also could put a little bit here in your flower if you wanted to. So this is a good metallic that you can use. And y'all give me a heart if y'all are liking that metallic, for like just putting almost like a almost like the what's that stuff called, that you can use with your finger or any kind of finish. Y'all do like it? Let's see how it looks. I usually just use my finger, y'all. Like a, whatever that stuff's called. Can't even think of it right this minute. Rub and buff. Kind of like a rub and buff. I might have got a little bit much right there, but I think it'll be okay. You can always go back and kind of, and then just put a little bit on your edges, kind of like a rub and buff. Just to kind of bring that out on your piece. I don't like it all the way around, but I like a little touches of it. I'll show y'all what we have, and y'all let me know if you like it. We got some there. Now, we could put a little bit up in our flower as well. Let's see. I'll just put just a little bit, and let's see if we like it. Just kind of rub it on just a little bit. You can use your finger, you can use a brush. Just kind of want to kind of brush mine in. I don't want it thick. I'm kind of liking that shimmer though. Gives it just that little shimmer. You can also take this color and mix it with just a little bit of the black paint or some brown and darken it a little bit, and it makes it look a little bit more bronzy. So that's a good tip with that as well. If you haven't heard that, you can mix it and make it a little bronzy. So I'm just putting a little bit just in our flowers here, y'all, just to decorate them up. Just using my finger to kind of brush that on, because I did not want it really, really dark. I just want to give it just a little more of a look. You can take what's on your finger and kind of blend that in. I'm going to see if y'all can see it. Let me put just a little bit right in there. You can also put a little bit here on this. Oh, that looks good on there, y'all. It really does. I just have a sample of this right now. This is from the last event that we did, and so I want to buy some, but I just was trying to use up what I had. So this was just a sample that Josie sent me. This is not what yours would come in. Yours would come in a bottle, just like the other bottles. All right, see if y'all can see that. Can you see the copper? Yeah, I kind of like it, a little different. And even if you're doing this look or a rustic look or whatever, you can still add just a little bit of a shine to it, or a paste, or anything that you have. This goes on really, really well. And I like the way it looks. I'm just using right out of the top right now. I'm just taking my fingers and just moving it just a little bit on it, just to give it more of a look without it being too much. I like that. And I do love it on the sunflower. I think that kind of gives it a more of a, like the sun hit it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's kind of a touch of the sun sort of hitting it. And I like that about it. So this is what we have on that. Do y'all like it? It's simple, but I kind of like it. It's simple, but I like it. Yes, my hair is drying itself. Y'all just excuse it. I washed it before I came on, and it was too hot to dry it, and I said, I'm just going to let it dry itself. Y'all, I'm kind of liking it on this sunflower, too. That kind of brings that out as well. Really like that. Yes, I love that. So, you like it? Thank you. Thank you, Carla. Humidity's awful there, too. Oh, my goodness. It's just, whew, y'all. Then you can add a little bit more brown in if you want to. If you want to put a little bit of oxide on these, you can. I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of not wanting to change it a whole lot. I think it's beautiful like it is. But that was something simple, y'all. And I think I'll go ahead and take a little bit of that oxide and put like on the frame as well. I like the size of this frame. Just put a little bit of that on. And that way it just makes it have a little bit. A lot of people say, well, I don't like all that oxide, and you definitely don't have to use it, but it does give you a highlight, and it does kind of bring out what you're doing. So that's why I love to use it. So there we go. That's finished, I believe. I don't think we're going to do another thing to that. I kind of love it like it is. It already has a hanger. I kind of like it is. What do y'all think? Y'all like it? Yeah, I've got one more, but we'll see if we have time for it. Let me go ahead and get the rest of this off my fingers. I have another print, but we're going to go ahead and let me show you the pixie dough real quick. Thank you. I love sunflowers too, and I have them everywhere. Y'all, I start putting mine out in the summer, and I like to use them all summer. And then in the fall, I like to bring more in that look a little bit more fallish with the orange and things. And so I'm just kind of addicted to the sunflowers, I think. They make you happy. And the one thing I love about a sunflower is they have to have friends. They have to have friends because they don't do well by themselves. And if you have one sunflower come up that the birds put out there, and I've had it happen at my house, and there'll be like one, and it won't be very long. It won't stay like that very long at all. It's looking for friends. And if y'all don't know that story, you know, the sunflowers turn toward each other at night or when it's dark. In the sunlight, they come back out. So I love that story. All right, baby. See you in a little while. So they turn toward each other because for love. And I love that story. You always need friends. You always need friends. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're beautiful flowers. We're trying to grow some for fall, so we've got some seeds for fall. We hope that they'll come out, but I don't know if it's our soil, but they don't do great here. They don't do great, but we'll see. Okay, y'all, let me show you the pixie dough. Now, if I'm going to put mine in the freezer, I really don't use a lot of the cornstarch because really I don't need a lot. But you can just put a little cornstarch. We'll just do this little one here. Just put you some cornstarch in there, but you really don't need a lot. They really pop out pretty easily. We're just going to put that in there. I'm just going to dump it out. Okay. And then this is the pixie dough. It comes like this. I'll show y'all some other pieces that I've already done. Now, I've had these a little while, and I poured these out of some other molds. You will see that they never get hard. They're still flexible, okay? They're still flexible, which makes them great for bottles, for jars. I love this product because you can put it all the way around with your glue, and you don't have to worry about it because they flex on their own. So all of it's flexible. And these are some that I've done and I've had for, you know, a couple of months now, and they're still flexible. So that's why I like that air dry. I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but really I have liked the product. It has done well. So it's called Light and Puffy, Fluffy Like a Marshmallow. So this is the way it comes. And you're going to pull it out. And look, y'all. It looks like marshmallow cream, doesn't it? It does definitely look like marshmallow cream. So you just kind of want to ball it up. I just take a little ball. That's how I do mine. I just take a little ball, and then I just press it in the mold. Now sometimes it's too much, so what we'll do is we'll just take a little off. You want to kind of make sure that it's in your mold. And then you can just take a tool, a credit card, a palette knife, which Josie does have some of those palette knives, and I need to get some of those. Just take that part off, which you can reuse it, and then you're just going to push that in your mold, just like that. Easy peasy squeezy. And I just use my thumb or my finger and make sure it's in there. There we go. All right, we'll let it sit a few minutes, and we'll see if I can get it out. We're just going to let it sit over there and kind of air dry just a little bit. Put the rest of it back in your pack. Now, always make sure that this is sealed. And then for extra, I go ahead and put it inside either. I don't usually put it with these. I usually do it by itself and just put it back in a bag just to give it an extra, and that keeps it. If it gets a little dry on the ends, you can still use it, but it's going to be a little bit harder. You want to keep it moist in 2 bags like that. It just works the best. And then you can paint it with any paint you want, but her paints work really well with those. And they paint very good. So here's the little rose. Let's paint it up. Let's just paint a yellow rose. How about that? We've got some paint out. Let's just use this paint. And let's just paint it up in this yellow, this kind of goldy yellow. Because you know you do have some goldy yellow roses. I have some. And that's a really good fall color as well. So roses can be used any time of the year, y'all, not just for spring, not just for a certain time of year. Now, these days, any florals that you want to use all year are great. They have roses in the Christmas, a lot of Christmas roses. I've seen a lot of things with roses coming out for Christmas, the red and the scarlet colored roses, and they are gorgeous. Y'all see how quick I painted that up? And it's done. It's done. Let's put it over there to get, using a lot of wet wipes today. So let's see, y'all. We still have some time. Let's see. I came on at 10. No, we only have a few minutes. So I'm not going to put a bow on this other. And I'm going to sit here and do a quick video and just do the other one up. But this is the other one we have. And I'm going to do this one up. And I'm going to put it on YouTube, so you can go to YouTube and I'll be showing the Paint Pixie products on YouTube. My friend Lori made this little tag for me. I think this is beautiful, the sunflowers, and that might be something I add to it. But I'm going to use this other print and I'll do that on a YouTube video, and so y'all can go follow me on YouTube. I've been putting some videos on there using Paint Pixie and Digital Deco Designs. It's just another avenue for us, y'all. Hopefully Mr. doesn't ding me for saying that name, but just go follow me on the U, on Mr. U, and we'll do that there. All right, y'all, so let's see. Show you the final project. I'm going to let that sit a minute. Now, sometimes Josie on her live will pop this right out, and it'll come right out. It's going to be a little sticky. It's going to be, I will tell y'all, it's going to be a little sticky because they are better if they sit just a minute or you put them in the freezer. But now this mold particularly has been very easy to get them out of. You just can be a little easy with it. Just keep pushing it. Just push it, push it, push it. Only a little bit stuck, and I can move that over. There we go. Look how easy that came out of the mold, y'all. Isn't that pretty? That's how easy it is. So y'all, if you want to place an order, you'll just go, we're on Josie's page. You can just go up above to the little link and you can post, you can get you an order there. And you can let her know I sent you, but that is strictly for her, and I am glad to do it and help her out. She is so good to me. And so that's what I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely a fun project. Yes, you just joined me. Okay, I used a little bit of honeycomb, a little bit of the apricot spritz. We used the cream puff and the chocolate souffle and a little bit of the chai latte and some other colors that I brought out that I didn't use is the lemon crinkle. That's just a lemony color. And this is the Christmas cookie. Now this mixed with white makes you a lighter green, or with the cream puff, either one, that makes you a lighter color. This is the apricot spritz. Love this. And then what I used on the outside was the liquid pixie dust metallic, and it's called New Penny. New Penny. She has another one I want to try that's more of a creamy kind of shimmer. I've got to get that ordered. I love that shimmer color. I love the shimmers as well. They're pretty as well. So that's what you can get, and I appreciate you all being here. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you'll join us again next week. I'll have it on my page when I'm going to be visiting and guesting again. I kind of changed the days, so I think I might have put it on the same day next week. I kind of had to change things around a little bit. Yes. Hey, Mara, how are you today? Hey, sweet friend. Hey, Teresa. She is the sweetest. And normally she would be on here and be saying hello to y'all and making comments. But she is out today, and I hope that she's enjoying herself. Hey, Lori, good to see you, sweet friend. Lori, I showed you beautiful tag. My friend Lori that's on here made these beautiful tags. Y'all, she sent me the most beautiful tags in a cute little bag, and it was such a beautiful surprise. I really needed an up, and I appreciate that so much. And she is so talented. Y'all encourage her. I told her she needs a page. She is so good. My husband even thought they were beautiful. So yes, you got to get a page, girlfriend. There's plenty of room at the table. Y'all, we are not in competition with each other. I'm very much a person that just loves everybody and wants everybody to have a chance. And when I first started, I was like, oh, there's so many people. How will I ever have my audience? You find your people, and your people usually follow the people that you love as well. And so all of my friends, we are a community, and we love supporting each other. Go follow anybody that's on here with their page name. Go follow Miss Kelly Cat. And Miss Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. Mara's another one of my good friends. And so y'all go and give them a follow. They are awesome. Those are both very, very talented ladies. So y'all go give them a follow. But I hope that you enjoyed it today. Be sure and leave Josie a message and tell her that you enjoyed this today so that she will have us on again. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. We'll come up with something else fun. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I enjoyed being with you today. Thank you.